Hey guys, it's Alicia at Keller Williams Realty here in Tampa. I'm making a video on a topic that I find interesting. You may find it boring unless you are buying a house, in which case you will probably really be thankful that you watched this. If you're looking to buy real estate or sell real estate at all in the near future, I highly recommend that you listen to this, and if you don't want to hear me say it, listen to someone else say it, but do a little bit of research on the different types of relationships that you can have with your real estate agent. Okay, in the state of Florida, there are 3 types of relationships you can have. Number 1 is no agency. What does that mean? No agency means that the individual opted to have no representation. They don't have an agent. They didn't hire anybody. We're not going to talk about that because that's not relevant. All right, option number 2, you're the second representation you can get. This is the default and the most common. That's going to be a transaction broker. Option number 3 is a single agency relationship with your real estate professional. Now, before I jump into the differences between 2 and 3, I want to define one legal word that can feel very cumbersome and legally. I had to write it down so I didn't, get it wrong. That word is fiduciary. A fiduciary is a person who holds a legal and ethical relationship of trust with one or more parties. This is not just in real estate. This is with anything. It's just the word fiduciary. In layman's terms, a fiduciary is someone who is an advocate for you. So it's a big deal. Now, back to the different types of relationships we can have. Transaction broker is the default in the state of Florida. What a transaction broker does is they see the deal through. That's their job. They're there for the deal. They want to make sure the buyer buys and the seller sells. That transaction closing is their only responsibility. This is not a bad thing. I mean, when it comes to buying and selling a home, there's going to be push and shove. There's going to be a little bit of negotiating, and that's just normal. It's par for the course. These are really, intense investments that we're making, so it's worth doing that. But the transaction broker has a relationship to that transaction. Number 1. All right, so this is the third type of relationship that you can have is a single agency relationship. The big thing that makes this a different type of relationship than the transaction broker is that big word, fiduciary. A transaction broker has a responsibility only to the transaction. They are not a fiduciary to their client. In a single agency relationship, their loyalty is to their client. Obviously, all parties still want to see the transaction go through, but in a single agency relationship, that agent has a greater sense of responsibility and a greater trust with that client and is not able to reveal information that could harm their client in the transaction, even if it were to ease the transaction forward. This, in my opinion, is the way to do it. You want to have a single agency relationship with your realtor, whether you're on the buying or selling end. And the reason I made this video is because I know a lot of people don't know this, and I want you to know this. And even if you don't work with me, and even if you don't buy or sell anytime soon, whatever, I think that it's important for you to have this information. And I would challenge you, talk to your agent. If you've got an agent that you're working with, or you're speculating, or you've got someone that you were going to talk to about a property maybe a couple months down the line, whatever, ask them what type of representation they're going to provide for you. Because my opinion is that as a real estate professional, I am here to advocate for you as my client. That's what I'm here for. So feel free to hit me up with any questions you may have. If this was confusing, I apologize. I'm not an attorney, but I am a realtor. Have a great day, guys.